Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. I'm up here trying to make life decisions. Which do I, which cruise ship do I want to book next? Is it Utopia? Is it World America? Hold on. Let me cut this down. There we go. I'm gonna come in here and let some of my fellow cruise people help me make that decision. Right now, I'm leaning towards World America, MSC. Mommy Millionaire, what's going on? Oh, mommy, you shut me. Mommy Millionaire, you shut me down last night. I was calling you, trying to find out which cruise we should book, and you shut me down. Oh, we're not booking any cruise. What's his name? I forget the guy's name that you said that you follow. Destination Fun, welcome in. I was just watching your well, I was just watching your video, Destination Fun, as far as Busch Garden and the food court. Dave Ramsey, thank you, Mommy Millionaire, and you shut me down. I was calling you trying to get which cruise we can go on, which one can we book. We got the one for 24 clock. I was looking at just booking it. I mean, again, I could do both of them, but just which one do I want to book first? And I don't know. I'm leaning toward World America in 25. 24, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Again, I'm gonna look and see what kind of offers I have. 24, I have one with my daughter on Allure of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. So I'm looking forward to that one. But I don't know. I'm thinking about this. Hey Z, welcome in. Destination Fun, no brainer, Utopia. Man, Royal Caribbean. I'm so torn with Royal Caribbean. I mean, Icon is not even out yet. I'm thinking, maybe. Well, Utopia it piqued my interest because of the short cruise. Less money. I'm assuming less money. I have to assume it's going to be probably about $700, so $800 for an interior room. If I do, Mike, if I do Utopia, it won't be until fall. I have Jubilee. Jennifer, I Wonder of the Seas. I mean, it's up there. I'm so far behind with royal ships. I can do Quantum of the Seas. There's so many royal ships I could do that I haven't done that I want to do. That yeah, I mean, Wonder of the Seas. I mean, that's the world's largest ship right now. I mean, we could get on that right now. So I do, but the reason I said World America was just because it's an inaugural cruise. Never been on MSC. Want to do an inaugural cruise. Obviously, I shouldn't say obviously. More than likely, I'm gonna have some other stuff booked between now and 24 end of 24. So hopefully, I can get some good ships in there. There's a couple of cruises I'm looking at, but they're group cruises. It was 24. I wanted to do the family reunion group cruise. I'd like to do that one in July, and then the secret booze cruise sounds like it'd be interesting to do in October. Yes, Mike, and that's kind of, it was like whatever offer I looked at, it was like if you book at a certain time, you get the free drinks and the Wi-Fi, and then you got like $50 on board credit and whatever, or $200 on board credit. That is how they're getting Destination Fun. That's how they're getting us. Now, Bill, the further you book out, the cheaper it is. Yeah, and again, I'm starting to look out. Normally, when I was doing just Carnival, I mean, a lot of mine were like spur of the moment. I just a deal came up and I just took it. Hey, Scott, thanks for coming in here. A lot of my cruises was just spur of the moment. The only ones that weren't really were like if it was like an inaugural cruise, or if it was like a Carnival journey cruise. A journey cruise is one of their longer cruises. So, and those I booked a little further out. But most of the other ones, they were short notice. But I mean, I see if I'm paying full price for these other ships, I have to start making plans. And the plan is World of America, probably Utopia. I want to see the prices of Utopia. Can't stop walking. Are you driving? No, you must be. You're stopped now. If you're posting it in the chat, so you're not driving now. You might be taking a break. But yeah, we're looking. We're looking at, or I should say, I'm looking. No. We. I was trying to get my daughter, Mommy Millionaire, trying to get her to go on a cruise, but she's reducing her debt, which is actually smart. I wish I was smart like that. I know. Destination Fun is going on sale tomorrow, and that's why I'm here right now, trying to decide, and of course with all my friends here, on do I put a deposit down on Utopia tomorrow? World America, I'm still waiting for, and I don't know if I have to do it first. I'm trying to do a status match with MSC. So I filled the form out yesterday and sent it in. So I don't know how long it's going to take for them to get back with me as far as the status match. I didn't want to book the cruise and then get the status match, and then they might say, "Oh no, I mean you can do it on the next cruise." Hey Betty, hey Trish, welcome in. Yes, Scott, it should be cheaper. But the question is, again, if I'm used to going on, let me turn this brightness up of my computer screen. You're going on Carnival. What's considered cheaper. So I'm expecting 3 or 4 day cruise for the Utopia to be close to $1,000. I don't think they're going to give you the home team discount. We'll see. I will see. I'm hoping it's closer to like $700, $500 to $700 for a 3 or 4 day cruise, interior cabin. That's what I'm hoping, but something tells me that it's going to be a little higher than that. But we will see. Come tomorrow, and again, right now, as I said, I think I'm leaning towards an MSC as far as booking it. The price is right. You get the package as far as the Wi-Fi and drinks. Pedroza, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. How come you're not at work? I was just thinking about you the other day, Pedroza. My daughter, she wants to go to. She was talking about I think she was talking about Ensenada. Hey, Ocean, Bruce. Thanks for stopping by, Bruce. I gotta contact you, Bruce. I'll catch up with you a little bit later. I want to make a payment on that on the booze cruise for October, and I don't know. I'll call my guy to see if I can do it. But I think since it's a group cruise, oh, you know what? It's not a group cruise. I didn't book it through a group. Never mind. Disregard, Bruce. Or maybe I don't know. I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look and see if I do have to reach you, Bruce. I'll reach you so you can make a payment with you for the booze cruise. Anywho, my daughter, I think it was my daughter. We were talking about Ensenada, and it sounded like she's never been to Ensenada. I don't know. My memory is shot, so I don't know. But we were talking about Ensenada, and I was telling her that I like Ensenada and I liked Cabo. Ensenada kind of and how we got into it. I think Ensenada was like we consider like the Nassau of the West Coast. And again, I don't know who I was talking to. I could have been talking to somebody else totally, but Ensenada being like the Nassau of the West Coast. But I love Cabo. Cabo was so much fun. I only have 3 cruises booked. No, that's clock. I don't Destination Fun. I don't have that many booked. But the problem that I have, Destination Fun, is you hear about so many cruises and you talk about so many different cruises, the booze cruise and this cruise and that cruise and Alaskan cruise and this group cruise and that group cruise. And you get confused of who's doing what cruise and when and where and how. And I mean, it's hard to keep up. And who's going? Oh, Bruce. Okay, Bruce, answer my question. Thank you, Bruce. So so I did book with you, right? Okay, I did book with you. That makes sense. So I will. I'll get back with you today and send that payment to you. Good Eats Homestead, welcome in. Yeah, I mean, again, and again, I don't have anything. I don't cruise a lot of times in the summertime. It's just more expensive and get all the kids out and the ships are so crowded. So usually I cruise. Usually I cruise during the fall or late winter when it's cold in Michigan and warm. I want to get away and go someplace warm. But again, I mean, given the right price, you never know. Andre, if I didn't say hey, welcome in, Andre. I gotta come check out Andre. He keeps me, he keeps me up on who's boxing and what good fights are coming up. Pedroza likes to travel by land. I used to love road trips. I don't do road trips anymore. I fly every place. Me and my back, I don't know if I could do a 20-hour road trip anymore. I would be getting out stretching my back every 3 hours. And Trish, I've only been on 3 cruise lines. I've been on and it probably depends on what you're looking for. I've been on a Carnival the most, and then I've been on an older Royal Caribbean ship, and I've been on a older NCL Norwegian cruise line. Just looking at the cruise lines, as far as which one's the top, as far as probably like the ships, I would say Royal Caribbean. But I love Carnival because Carnival is the fun ship. They younger people on the price is lower, so you have younger people. You have the families. It's more of a party ship. If you don't mind that atmosphere, probably Carnival is a nice ship. Royal is more. That's where you get in here. You're more expensive, a lot tougher for families to go because if you're paying Carnival, if you're paying $250 for a person, Carnival you might be paying $750 per person. So it just it depends on what you're looking for. And Norwegian, Norwegian is just kind of a blah ship to me. But again, as I said, it was an older ship. I wasn't crazy about the shows. I wasn't crazy about the food, decent. Not, I mean, again, didn't have a bad time, but nothing that made me, that screamed out, made me want to do that ship. They do have a newer ship out, the Prima. They do have a couple of newer ships out that I would like to try. Clock, if I booked Utopia, it'd probably be September or November. I don't think I would do the like an inaugural cruise. The only other inaugural cruise that I plan on doing now would be the World America. That would, I mean, you just pay more. Inaugural cruise, for both those that don't know, are cruises that the first selling. Sometimes there's two. Sometimes they build the ships over in Europe, and then they sell the transatlantic over. So that's technically the inaugural cruise if they have paying passengers on it. But then they get to a home port here in the United States, and the first selling out of there is usually called the inaugural cruise also. And that's what I'm talking about. The inaugural cruise out of the United States. Hey, Controversial Cruising, welcome in. Scrolls Nest, thanks for coming in. So so Mike, again, probably September, October, November, around that time, because I would assume it would slow down. Not a holiday. I booked the Jubilee this time. It was an inaugural cruise, but it comes out hopefully in December 23rd, which is a Christmas cruise, and the Christmas cruise is expensive, very expensive. I think this is probably the most I ever paid for a cruise. And then New Year's Eve. I would love to do a New Year's Eve. Again, holiday, probably more expensive. It was definitely more expensive than the Christmas cruise. But one day, if I ever pay want to pay a large amount of money for a cruise, it'd be a New Year's Eve cruise. Scott says I'm gonna likely book the Utopia in October as a quickie, on top of whatever 7-day I have booked for October 20th. Yeah. And again, with the 3 or 4 day cruise, that'd be a good way to do it. That would be a good way to do it. I've only done one side-to-side cruise. I've done a back-to-back, but never. I've only done one side-to-side cruise. For those that don't know, back-to-back cruise is I'm on a ship, and let's say it's 7 days. It pulls back into the port, and I stay on the ship and go out for the next cruise, which is usually like another 7 days. And but it doesn't have to be 7 days. So, if it's a 3 and 4 day cruise, so the first cruise might be 3 days, and the next cruise might be 4 days. But you stay on the ship. A side-to-side cruise is, say I'm cruising out of Miami. Well, they have more than one cruise ship that cruises out of Miami. So I would get off one ship and then walk to the next pier and get on another ship. You can Uber or whatever, but they were right next to each other. So I literally just walked from ship to ship. The only problem I had was, and I mean, it wasn't a problem. I didn't think it out. But when I did the side-to-side ship, I got off early, but the other ship wasn't boarding yet. So I was stuck like at the pier with nothing to do. I had all my luggage and I had nothing to do. So next time, if I did a side-to-side, I would stay on the ship as long until they threw me off, probably about 9:30-ish in the morning, 9:30, 10 in the morning, and then they'll throw you off. That's probably what I would do, and then walk down to the next pier and or port and get on that way. I've been Scott. I've been doing a 3 day, then a week in Orlando, then a day, and then back home. Yeah. I wouldn't mind actually, like with Orlando, if you're going to Port Canaveral, I'd spend a day or two down in Disney. My daughter, I don't think she's going to do that. We go on the Allure out of Port Canaveral, I believe, and there was talk of do we get rooms because we there's probably about I, I think she has probably 8 to 10 cabins booked on that. Probably has 8 to 10 cabins booked, and I don't know. We haven't gotten together and decided on what people want to do, whether or not they want to stay in Cape Canaveral or if they want to go to Disney World. A lot of people, again, you pay all this money to fly down, you try to make the most out of your vacation. So I think some people might want to go to Disney World. And I wouldn't, again, I wouldn't mind doing Disney World, but again, if the schools are out, this is April 8th. I don't know if schools are out, and if schools are out, my goodness, it could be some long lines. But we'll see. I don't know. So many cruises. I'm looking for. I have an offer right now, and I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it. I have um, Venetia, and I don't know if I want to do that ship in February. It's like a 9-day cruise, but it went like to from New York to Nassau to maybe Freeport or something. It was not a very good itinerary. I wish they would have done like Bermuda or something, and then I could, I probably would have done it. Destination Fun, Bill will meet you in Disney. Yeah, I'd love it down that way. Actually, I just looked up a flight today. I was about to fly down to Tampa and go to Clearwater for the day, but I fly standby, so it didn't look good as far as coming back. But yeah, I was gonna. I mean, I know it's hot, and I love hot weather, so I was gonna fly down there for the day and spend a day in Clearwater. The Venecia is coming to the West Coast. That's it. Pedroza. Uh, Again, I tell everybody every time I talk about this, I tell everybody I feel like I was robbed. I got on the Luminosa and they bought Carnival Corporation owns Costa. But anyway, Carnival bought 3 ships from Costa and moved them over. Instead of building a new ship, they decided to refurbish 3 Costa ships and brand them as Carnival. And the first one they did was Luminosa, and I got on that, and I was so excited to talk about this Italian theme and all this other stuff. And they literally did nothing. I was so disappointed. And when I saw the Venecia, I felt like I was robbed because that ship, it was a beautiful ship. It was built in 2019, I believe, and it was a beautiful ship. It was a beautiful ship. It looked like a Vista class. It was a beautiful ship. It was a beautiful ship. Yeah, Scott, I agree with you. I haven't heard anything about going to the West Coast. They call it a Scott. They call it a Venice class ship. But yes, it's a Vista ship. When you look at the layout of the ship, I don't care what they call it. It's a Vista class ship. But I think if you look on Carnival site, it says a Venice class ship. It's a Vista. It's a Vista. I like the Vista class ship, by the way, but this ship, I love it. I love it. Only thing I don't like about the Vista class ships is that in The Serenity area, the adult only area on the ship, they don't have a swimming pool. They have a couple of hot tubs, but they don't have a swimming pool. In the XL class ships, they corrected that problem, and they gave the adults their own section where technically no kids are allowed. Doesn't mean that the kids don't try to sneak up there. I thought the solarium on Royal was adult only, but it sounds like it's ages 16 and up. Hey Betty, yeah, I don't know if you're still in here. Betty was talking about getting out of debt earlier on her live, and here I am, just the opposite over here, talking about how much debt I can get into. So Betty, you might want to plug your ears on this one. It's totally just the opposite. As Betty's husband would say, I'm over here sucking eggs. I'm getting deeper and deeper in debt. See, Betty, I listen sometimes, Betty. I listen sometimes, and that's the thing. As far as I said, that's the thing about Carnival is I get such good deals. You it doesn't you don't have to go into debt for it. I mean, these other ones, the MSC, it was a very that was a really good price. I'm really fascinated by the price of the MSC cruise. It was an inaugural cruise, and I'm getting if I book it, I'm getting a balcony, Wi-Fi, and drinks included, and I'm paying the same price that I'm paying for the inaugural cruise, the Jubilee for Carnival. Controversial cruising. Would you ever sail in Margaritaville? Funny that you say that. If you follow some vloggers, Edna's World and Life with V, they just did a cruise on Margaritaville, and I was looking at their vlogs. And Margaritaville is out of West Palm Beach, very old ship. Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville themed, and it's like a 2-day cruise. And the funny thing was, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to look up Margaritaville like for the next, like maybe next month or something like that. Maybe go down there for my birthday. I'm assuming it's going to be the price is going to be right, cheap. So I just looking at that. So I might do Margaritaville in July. Jennifer, if you're in here, Jennifer, my daughter, Mommy Millionaire, not Father's Day, birthday. Oh, your birthday comes before mine. Never mind. Never mind. But if birthday gift, if you want a birthday gift, Margaritaville. Anywho, so yes, I would do the Margaritaville. I would, again, Margaritaville, if I go in with the expectations that I have, I'm not expecting much. I'm the shows, the pool size and stuff like that. But just being on a cruise and I'd enjoy myself in Margaritaville. I think I would enjoy myself. That's for Betty. I just got an alert. Prime Day, July 11th and 12th. Now we're talking. You know what? And they'll probably have Margaritaville going on. Anyway, Pedroza. I will check out, but I'm pretty sure I've seen dates for February out of Long Beach for Venezia. I have a big TA commission coming in the next month, and I'm looking for a cruise to spend it on. There you go. Okay. Pedroza looked it up. I take it back. I got my names mixed up. It's a Forenza, Long Beach. When is that supposed to start? If is that February, Pedroza? Because I really haven't heard much. I've heard of it. I know they were getting another ship, and I've heard the name. I haven't heard much about it. I think it's also a Vista class ship. Oh, July. Spencer Crawford. You know what, Andre? When it first was announced, I think my son and I think we looked up going out there for the fight, and we were going to get like the cheap seats, the nosebleed seats, and I'm thinking $400 or $500 a seat. I think the lowest price seat was over $1,500. So needless to say, I won't be going to the fight, but I may go out to Vegas and find like one of the hotels they're doing like a pay-per-view for the fight and do it that way. Because that's going to be a good fight. Spence and Crawford, that's going to be a good fight. Hey, Keisha, welcome in. Scrolls Nest, if I didn't say hello, welcome in. I'm talking and reading, and some things I think I might say I might have just read, so that's why if I miss you, I apologize. But I try to. I'm reading ahead. I'm talking. I'm looking at the comments, and I'm reading ahead in the comments and trying to keep on track of whatever I'm talking about. So I get a little confused. Yeah, must see. It's going to be one of the better fights in the last couple of years. It's going to be one of the better fights. It should be. It should be. But and again, my son has never been to like a prize fight like that, and I thought it'd be fun to for us to run out there and just hang in the atmosphere. If you ever, probably most of you probably never been to Vegas like on fight night. Back when Tyson used to fight and stuff like that. I mean, there was electricity in the air in Vegas during those times. Just people from all over the world just coming in, and a lot of times they fought all the MGM Grand, and so you go down there. I mean, just stars are everywhere, and the stars are at the tables gambling, and everybody's just walking through. And I mean, they do it right. It's been a while since I've been out to a pro fight, but yeah, that's. If you ever get a chance, go out there for fight night. Sometimes the crowds can get a little rowdy. So if you don't like crowds and you don't like a little excitement in your life, you might want to stay away. But I love that kind of atmosphere. I love that atmosphere. For the ladies out here, or I shouldn't say for the ladies, could be for anybody, because Mayweather just did a exhibition fight with one of the Gotti kids, the gangsters kids, anyway, and Big Les and Josephine, they got into a big fight. That was at one of those pro fights. When you get the excitement in the air. That was it in Vegas? It might have been in Vegas. I don't know where it was at, but they got into it. Anyway, they got into it. And there's a lot of excitement around fight night in Vegas. Hey, Pedroza, have you seen anything about the ship or any pictures of the ship, Forenzi? Is it as pretty as the Venecia, or is it as ugly as Luminosa? Ugly might have been a little harsh. Boring. We'll go boring. Just in case Carter was listening. You never know. I might want to become a travel agent or something. Yeah, I'm caught up on the chat. So anyway, that's what you saw the topic, Utopia and World of America, two ships, two different companies, which one do I want to do? Technically, I'll probably wind up doing them both. But no, all three of those ships, were Costa Pedrosa, the Luminosa, uh, Venecia, and Firenze. They were all purchased from Costa Cruise Line. No, none of them do. As far as I know, none of them have the will, which I don't know. Carnival, I don't know if the Carnival was just being cheap, or they. I mean, they really tried, because the Venecia, they didn't even give it a paint job. I mean, they really, literally just, here, we're going to keep the blue and gold, or blue and yellow colors, but the ship itself was beautiful, and I just wondered if Firenze, and I'll read up about it as far as what year it was built. It's Vista class ship, so it's got to be around 18, probably 2018, 2020. So I'm hoping it has like the same kind of thing. Give me 1 second. Okay. Is hey Pedrosa, is that going to take the place of the Panorama? Is the Panorama going over? The Panorama might be going to Australia. So that maybe that ship is taking the place of the Panorama, and then maybe the Panorama in February or March will go to Australia. No, that wouldn't make sense, because then it'd become wintertime. I don't know. I'm getting hair in my mouth, my beard. I need to cut my beard down, my mustache. Give me 1 second. Okay. Oh, it goes to Asia. Okay, that makes more sense. It goes to Asia, because I'm about to say that's the wrong time of season to be going to Australia, but it goes to Asia. Panorama. I mean, it's time for an update. But it is one of my favorite Carnival ships. The Panorama is actually one of my favorite ship. Right. I mean, again, right under the XL class ships, the Panorama, which is a Vista class ship, is one of my favorites. I like it better than Horizon. I've never been on the Vista, but I like it better than Horizon. Oh, I didn't know it had propulsion problems. I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that. I did not know that. Yeah, maybe it needs to dry dock it and get it checked out. Yeah. I always laugh. You know, people always talk about these cruises, and um, as long as I'm on a cruise, I'm happy. If if you have the tropical storms and things like that coming in, hurricanes, just go around it. It might be a little rough, but you can give me an extra day at sea. I wouldn't mind if they couldn't port or whatever at that day. I wouldn't mind. But again, my whole cruising, basically my whole cruising career, I've always done it during hurricane season. Hurricane season and early spring. I probably can count on one hand the number of cruises I've been on in the summertime. Summertime, as crazy as it sounds, summertime used to be my Vegas time. I mean, Vegas, I think one day it got out to like 119, 120 degrees. But I love Vegas in the summertime. Exploring with Eric. Yes. Well, let me go down here because that is a good point. That is a good point. And I tell people I've always wanted to go on an Oasis class ship. Oasis class ship is a very large ship, probably holds 6,000 some odd people. Um, Probably close to 7,000, 7,000. They probably hold close to 7,000 people. And a lot of these other ships, like the Luminosa that I just got off not too long ago, it was holding probably 24, 2,500. So very large ship. To make a long story short, very large ship. And a lot of people, the ships are getting like too big, too many things to do on the ship. And by being with Carnival, I haven't really experienced that. People don't. Some people say that about the XL class ships. I, I didn't think it was too large. Again, um, still have my health, still able to get around. So the walking from one end of the ship to the other wasn't a problem. So I mean, again, I get if you have mobility issues, it might be a problem or things like that. But I've always wanted to go on an Oasis class ship because it just seems it was like to me like a game changer. In saying that, there was a young guy that I follow on YouTube, and he has to be about it has to be like 18. He's a to me I call him a kid. He's not a kid, but he's 18. He could be. I mean, maybe he's younger. Puts together a really good video, and I got to look up his name because I don't know his name. And he was talking about the ships was actually like just too big, and it turned him off of that size of ship. Traveling with that might be it. Traveling with young African American kid. That might be him. Traveling with Nick. That name sounds familiar, and I probably because I flicked through the channel so fast, but I subscribed to him and I watched a few of his videos, and I enjoyed the way he broke down the ships, and I could understand it. I can understand how that could be, and that's when I tell people I think I'm going to really enjoy Oasis of the Sea, but until I get on it and experience it, and that number of people on the ship, who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll hate it too. I mean, again, when you have more people on the ship, I mean, there's a lot more interaction with people, and cruise people. Some of them can be rude. A lot. You have a pool area, and you land out in the sun. Well, people, would they call them chair hogs? They would get up early in the morning, put towels on the chairs, and put books on on chairs to save the chairs, and then come back 3 hours later. Just to save a chair. Hey, together we travel. Welcome in. And I mean that's just rude. But again, now imagine a ship with 7,000 people. You could have a lot of rude people on there, and it depends. It depends on your favorite couple. Thanks for coming in. I've been watching some of your videos too. I think you went on the Meta Night cruise. I believe that's what it's called. Rooted in essential oils. Thanks for stopping by. Anyway, the one thing that and again, I can only go by Carnival, but Royal does the same thing. Carnival, with their newer ships, they break the ship down into smaller venues to spread people out. So in other words, everything is the 4 or 5 pool areas. You got the different theaters. You got different bars. 15 bars. So you spread people out so everybody don't they really don't congregate in like one general area. And Carnival started doing that with their newer ships with the areas. It kind of started with the uh, Vista class ships, but they've upped it a little bit with this newer class ship. Royal's been doing that since 2009, 2010. And oh, no problem. Thanks for listening in. Rooted with essential oils. Appreciate you being here. So I think they probably did a good job with it. And my understanding is with Royal, hey Bamanola, with Royal, they have an adult only area. And again, I think it's 16 and up, but no little kids, but they have like a pool area and an area to relax where you don't have, screaming kids and running kids and stuff like that. So I think it'd be nice exploring with Eric. And Eric, yes, and Eric, it looks very, very, very family friendly. I was about to say kid friendly, but very family friendly. And hey, and Denny Gymnastics, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. I do. I think it looks like if I had a family, that's the kind of cruise I would want to be on. And every time I looked, it didn't look crowded. Some ships, you look at it, and it looks overcrowded. I never got that feel when I'm looking at these huge ships. I never got that feel on a Royal ship. Just again, looking from the outside, looking in at the videos and things like that. And just tons of entertainment, tons of things to do, and I think I'm going to like it, and hopefully I will. Hopefully I will. Well, and that is a problem. That's why I cruise Carnival so much. I gambled a little bit in the casino, so Carnival sends me these great rates, and then I go, okay, well, let me look at a Royal cruise. Whoa, and I don't mind an interior cabin, but again, for the price of a Royal, I can do 2 or 3 Carnival cruises. So do I want to 7 days on a nicer ship, or 21 days on a Carnival ship? I'm not really big on a room because I don't stay in a room much. I've had suites, I've had balcony. The only room I've never had on a cruise ship in all my cruises, I've never had an ocean view. I've never had an ocean view. The one thing I never understood as far as cabins, if I want an interior cabin, or if I do an interior cabin, I don't, I'm not, pretty obvious, I don't care about whether I see the ocean or not. A balcony, if you want to be outside and see the ocean and all that, well, that's the way to go. But an ocean view is kind of like, well, you can see the ocean, but you can't really go out and hear the ocean. And I didn't understand. I never understood the ocean view. It's a teaser. It's either don't get one or get a balcony, but don't go in between. I mean, the in between is just, I don't get it. Now I will on the booze cruise. I'm going on a booze cruise. I'm going on October 29th of this year. I'm going on a cruise. It's referred to as a booze cruise. It's kind of a group cruise, and I did get it's an interior room, but it has a porthole, which means a little window. I mean, a window about this size. It has a porthole where you can see outside. So I guess you can see if it's raining or anything like that. So I'll get that. That'll be the first time I ever had like a window in my cabin. But again, I usually get interior rooms. Only places I would actually splurge, well, a couple places. You're probably looking at an Alaskan cruise would be nice to have a balcony, and like a Mediterranean um, European cruise would probably be nice to have a balcony. I think I would actually splurge. But again, I'm in my room so little on a cruise. I literally I wake up, by the time I get dressed, I'm gone. And what I do, I have a backpack. So generally, I'll take my backpack with me. I'll probably have my laptop and my camera and stuff like that. And this is like on a sea day if I'm not in port. Uh, and I walk around. I might do some editing. I might whatever I'm doing, and I have my backpack. And also, if I'm going solo, if you ever want to get a table and go get something to eat, or if you want to go get a drink or whatever, go to the restroom. Well, I bring a backpack, something, so I can leave it in the chair so I don't lose my table. But no, I mean, and that's what I do on a cruise. I like to people watch, so a lot of times, even when I'm doing my editing, I'll have my headphones in. But I'll go up on a Lido deck. They might be playing music and stuff like that, but I'm doing a little editing, a little whatever I'm doing, maybe making some phone calls. If I have the Wi-Fi. I used to get the Wi-Fi package all the time. I used to get it the whole trip. The Wi-Fi was so bad on a lot of the trips that I just stopped. I get it every now and then, but I don't get it. I don't get the entire cruise anymore. They're supposed to be going to on Carnival. They're supposed to be going to a better Wi-Fi service. It's called Starlink. So if it's better, then maybe I'll start getting it for the entire cruise again. And I don't get it. I get it for the Wi-Fi to be able to upload stuff usually, or go live now that I do YouTube. I don't try to keep home. I don't try to keep back or home or in touch with home every day, and I don't want people calling me, "Hey, what you doing?" I'm on vacation. Don't call me. Click. But that's about it. I don't know. Going through the chat. All righty. And getting back on the topic of what we're doing earlier, or I talked about earlier about Utopia or World America. It's two new ships, and I want to kind of expand my cruising repertoire. Mustard drill. The Starlink on Anthem of the Seas. Hold on. Did not live up to my expectation, but it was usable. Mustard drill, and again, usable is better than what I've had on the last few ships I had on Carnival. Luminosa, when I was over in Australia, wasn't bad the first couple of days, but as the further I got away from Australia, the worse it got. Which again, I'm in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I get it, but it didn't get better. Even like when I got towards Hawaii, it really didn't get any better. So Starlink, as long as hopefully it's usable. Hopefully it's usable where you can go live and not all pixelated and all the other good stuff. Eric, no, I never have. I never have. I probably could try to get rated by the other casinos. There's a let me think of You Are Comped. You Are Comped is a website. If you gamble, the letter U, the letter R, comp, COMP.com. If you gamble with if you gamble, It doesn't have to be a casino. You could gamble on, land casinos or whatever. It doesn't have to be on a cruise ship. Um, they will get like your rating and give you offers on different cruise lines. You tell them what cruise line you want to go on, and they tell you what kind of offer they can get. So that's about as close as I've ever come to looking at the other cruise lines matching my casino offers. But again, Carnival was giving me 22-day cruises for $100. I'd be embarrassed asking the Royals to see if they would match that. But they can only say no, so maybe I should. And when I cruised on, again, only been on one Royal, one Norwegian. I did not gamble on those ships. Maybe passing through, whatever, a couple of dollars, but I didn't really gamble. Scrow's Nest. I did the Spirit Panama Canal cruise, April and May. Internet was awful. Carnival gave me a full refund for the Wi-Fi. Yeah, Spirit. It's funny that you said that. I did Spirit, and the only time I've ever made a complaint, like to the staff, like going down to guest services and like made a complaint, was on the Spirit cruise ship, and it was the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi, I had the package because I did a back-to-back when the ship first came over from Australia, early 2022 maybe, and it was the first sailing that they had, that the ship had been used like in 2.5 years. And I got on that ship, the Wi-Fi was unusable. And when I say unusable, I couldn't do email. I couldn't even open up email. It was unusable. It was unusable. And I went down there and said, I'm not paying for this. And they gave me a refund. They gave me a refund. And the Spirit, yeah. And that's the only time. And again, I've never, let's see, have I ever complained about anything? Not really. Not really. I mean, even minor things going wrong. I mean, just very, very few things have I ever complained about on a cruise ship. My complaints had probably more to do with the passengers than the crew. That spirit one, that was my worst cruise I've ever had. And again, I still was gone for 14 days, and Carnival, they gave me a free room with $500 on board credit. So they literally paid me to go on a cruise. So it wasn't a bad cruise, but it was the worst cruise I've ever been on. The Carnival Spirit. The ship itself wasn't that bad, but it was just they had limited staff. The Wi-Fi didn't work. One of the main pool was down. The ship was not ready to be put out. They had no shows because the entertainers didn't have time to learn the routines for the show. So I mean, it was literally they brought on like singers on the ship and comedians to go in the main theater, and that was your show for the night. There was no Broadway shows, no shows like that. But again, how do you complain? You gave me a free cruise and gave me $500 to spend on that cruise. So how can I, in honesty, go up to guest services? Well, this sucks. I deserve better. They literally they pay for my gratuities. They pay for with the $500. They pay for the Wi-Fi. But it was the Spirit on Carnival was, and I'm hoping. Well, it sounds like Scrolls Nest says that the Wi-Fi is still terrible. No, oh no. See, okay, I didn't see the date. I'm thinking like this year. but 2022. See, I probably went in March maybe of 22. So it was right around that same time. So yeah, oh no, they didn't, yeah, you were down there about the time I was down there, Scrolls Nest, and that would make sense. So yours was in and out for a couple of days. Yeah, nope. I mean, I think a couple of days I was able to like open up a couple of emails, maybe. That was it. I mean, it was. I mean, I tried, and again, I think I was like you. I tried it for like a couple of days. I'm like, oh, benefit of the doubt and all that type of stuff. And again, I didn't pay anything for the cruise, so um, nope, they got me. They got me. But I'm growing. I'm trying to grow up now, so I'm trying to venture off into other cruise lines. Still love Carnival. I'll always love Carnival. Uh, I have status with Carnival, so they treat me right, and give me good prices. And um, for me, the older I get, I find out um, being around younger people keeps me young. I'm 62, and you get a lot of 62-year-olds, and hey, let's get on a jet ski. I don't want to get on a jet ski. Let's go on a banana boat. I don't know, don't want to do that. And let's do this. And, a lot of they don't want to do it, and it's like I still want to do stuff. You know, I want to stay up to 2 o'clock in the morning and close the bar down and then go to the casino. I'm not a morning person. But a lot of times I run into people. Again, this is me, not everybody. I run into people my age. They want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and maybe go for a walk or something. I'm not getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go walk around the deck. I just going to bed. Let's cruise. Anytime. At Scrow's Nest. That Spirit class ship. Did you ever go down Scrow's Nest? Did you ever go down that little walkway like towards I believe was it the front of the ship? Might have been front. Nah, it could have been the aft. Anyway, there's like a little jungle where you walk down. It's just like they had like a jungle theme, and there was nothing there. There was some tables there and a couple of windows, but there was really like nothing there. I mean, it was all off to itself on that cruise ship. It was really weird, but it was really peaceful. Especially if you were at the time. I wasn't doing YouTube, but if I was doing YouTube, that's where I would have went to do my lives and all the other stuff because nobody was there. It was like on the sides of the ship, they had these hallways where they had chairs in it. And goodbye, Eric. Appreciate you coming in. These hallways, and there's like literally nothing there, and had like these jungle prints and all this other, but it was like nothing. I don't know what they were thinking about when they made it. I probably had some extra space and didn't know what to do with it. It's in the front and wraps around the theater, and it's staying on each Spirit class ship. Yeah. It was just it's just weird how there's these aisles. I mean, again, I guess it is space. And again, if you do YouTube, it was a great place to pop up and do a live. And you went to the jungle. There are two different ways about the place. It's like a secret. It's like a secret place. On the Legend. I'm trying to think of the Legend. The Legend, I've been on the Legend. That was 2016, 17. I don't remember much about it. The Legend. I took that to Alaska. And I don't know. I don't know if I walked because again, at the time I wasn't doing YouTube, so I don't know if I walked around. I don't know if I walked around the ship, and I don't know if I saw it on the Legend or not. If is the Legend a Spirit class ship? This is like a design of the Spirit class ship. Together we travel. Trish, yeah. I'm not a morning person. Even when I try to go to bed early, I still don't want to get up early. Legend of Spirit, yeah. So yeah, so it probably is the same thing. Hey, Leonard family, welcome in. Yeah, see, I wasn't doing video then. I wasn't doing YouTube, and I don't think I took pictures of anything. I had some pictures from Alaska, but I was more doing the outside pictures. I wasn't doing anything about the ship. I didn't even start paying attention to cruise directors until I started doing YouTube. All the ships I've been on, I know, I say, oh, I like that cruise director. I never knew what their name were. I just knew I had fun on the ship. I just started paying attention and realized how important a cruise director could be for the entertainment of the ship. There's one or two, that everybody seems to love. That I'm like, yeah, they're okay. I mean, it wasn't much. Then there's a couple. I like Flying Scotsman. I like Lee Mason. He was very personable. The 22-day cruise I did this year, Jackie Tang. He grew on me. In the beginning, it wasn't, but then he kind of grew on me. So I enjoyed him. And a young lady, Lele. I enjoyed her mostly because she liked Prince, and every time she came out, she had some kind of Prince music playing. Dr. E. Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. I don't think I know who Frank the Tank is. But again, I just started paying attention. I just started paying attention. Andy Mercer, he was a guy who when I did a 23-day cruise, Trans-Pacific cruise. But again, when you do that longer cruise, you get to kind of know everybody. So he was a lot of fun. Neil. I don't know if I've ever. The name doesn't sound familiar, Scott. The name doesn't sound familiar. I could have, but I don't. Offhand, I don't know. But they're a lot of fun. A lot of fun. A lot of entertaining cruise directors out there. I'm trying to think. I know, like Royal, they don't push cruise directors, and I'm assuming because I don't remember, Norwegian didn't either. So would I miss that aspect of not having the cruise director involved in everything? Pretty much. I don't think so. But some of the party nights, I think it would be nice, to have a leader to guide you down the fun, down the 80 rock and glow party and all the other good stuff. I think it would be nice to have them there. But I guess I'll find out with if I book World America. Huh. See, you got to expand your horizon. Yeah. Flying Scotsman, he was very well. It depends. he was the most entertaining. But I think like Lee Mason was the most personable as far as sitting and talking to and spending time with. He, Lee Mason, he made you feel like a friend. He didn't rush you. He sat there and spent time and talked with you. The Flying Scotsman he's a performer. He sings. I mean, he's a performer. He puts on a show for you. But Lee, I mean, it's different because he sits there and talks to you, and whatever you want to talk about, the ship, this, that, and the other. He started a YouTube channel, and it's fun, like watching him do his live, or not do his live, do his vlog. So, well, good people, all good things must come to an end. I want to thank you all for coming in. I'm probably leaning a little bit more to World America, going back to Utopia or World America. I'll probably wind up on both, but the next one I probably book will be World America. The next cruise I might go on might be a Margaritaville. When I get off of here, I'm gonna look up Margaritaville. I'm gonna look up Margaritaville to see what kind of prices they have. I know they shut down for a while. A YouTuber bashed them. A couple of YouTubers bashed them, and they shut down to do a little renovation on the ship. So I might try to book that to see what's going on with it. Scott, thank you. Great show today, Bill. Betty, thanks for sharing it out. I appreciate it. Got 2 pina coladas, one for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Man, I could almost feel the sun beaming down on my face and out there, because I do. I like having a drink, taking in some sun, people watching, and listening to some good music. Hey, Betty, did you see I came up with a topic for today? I was thinking about, see, Betty's my teacher. She's guiding me down these mean YouTube streets. Betty's my teacher. So this is my live. Usually I just go pop up. Usually I go afternoon chat. No. That's not what I want to do now. Betty told me I need searchable topics. And for people that are into cruising, Utopia or World America, I know that's going to catch somebody's attention. They're going to click on that to see what I'm talking about. So thank you, Betty. I appreciate it. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Searchable, yep. So I'm going to try, Betty. I'm see what we can do. I think I peaked out today at about 20 people, I think was the most I had coming in. So, you're never too old to learn. I'm learning. But anyway, thanks, everybody. I appreciate you being here. I am going to get off of here. I don't know. Usually tomorrow, I have to do at 4 p.m. I have a banter with Bill. I probably won't do it this week. I'll probably start the following week. I'm still just trying to come back. I took a little while off. I was getting burned out from YouTube. So I took a little while off, and I don't know. I might come on, but it'll just be like a pop up, kind of like this was, just a random thing. And then the following week, maybe I'll start back on a regular schedule. So I appreciate you guys being here, and I am going to get out of here and talk to you later. Thanks for everybody coming in. Trish, appreciate you being here. Everybody, Scrolls Nest, everybody else, your favorite couple, everybody else that was here, I appreciate you guys. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you.